Good afternoon. It's another beautiful session of your darling program. We call it Newspaper Review and Analysis. This is Poli TV Ilaro. My name is Femi Afolabi. My boy is here, seated here. I call him Baba Agbalagba. And recently, I added another name, the Professor, Mr. Dijadiemi. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Dijadiemi, we will talk about very many newspapers, and particularly what is happening around us now. The president is traveling to UK on state visit, and that will be our starting point. The front page of Tribune newspaper says Tinubu in historic visit to UK to sign MOU on trade, investment, and defense. Let me ask you, what is making this visit historic?
Well, thank you very much. It is historic because it was that was 37 years ago that we had a state visit to the UK by a Nigerian president or head of state, and of course, one would have said that with our relationship, even colonial relationship and trade relationships with the United Kingdom, it seems that's like a very wide time lag between the last time we had an official visit and now. So it makes it all the same very, very important, because as things remain, Nigeria needs to expand its relationships with the world. What I mean by that is that as things remain, when the president and his wife, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, visit, the memorandum of understanding and so many other things that would be signed, expectedly one hopes that Nigeria, it will be for the benefit of our people as it is. So I think it's all right. And also that the lobbying money that was paid out not too long ago is working.
All right, from that story we move to another national story, though this one is tragic. On the front page of Daily Trust newspaper says many fear death in Maiduguri explosion. It was reported that Maiduguri recorded series of explosions in the last couple of days, and some newspapers said over 23 people were confirmed dead, while almost 100 were massively injured. It's like we are witnessing another stretch of insecurity and bombing around the northeast region.
It is so very sad. I don't know why this thing is continuing with the efforts of the federal government. No doubt our troops are trying their best. They are giving it to them a shot after the other. But at the same time, it just means that we are not dealing with, with people. We are dealing with people who are who really means business. The way we are going, one would have thought that with the intensity of the military at matching up with these people, one would have had some relief. But of course, it's not so. It just means that we just need to keep working. If insecurity is what the president would take as an achievement, that would take when we have when there is we can sleep with our two eyes closed, it will be a thing of joy. But as things remain, I don't know. This thing keeps coming back in Ondo, in Ekiti, and of course in the core north.
One school of thought believed that the level of the rate at which we witness this sporadic bombing, bandit attack, and all that may have some political coloration, because when we are assuming or marching towards the election year, there is that tendency for some disgruntled people to want to use it as a campaign, whatever, against the sitting government, that insecurity is very persistent.
I think some people may just like to buy into that, but we have a problem on our hands. I mean, all along. So it is not just about the coming elections. No, I think it is the fact that even the way I see it, I can see external intervention in all these things, and all the ISIS, the ISWAP, and Boko Haram. They are being supported from outside. The way I look at it, they are being supported from outside because look at the financial implication of buying weapons alone, and even the logistics of bringing it to Nigeria. We don't manufacture all these things. Yeah. That means where are they getting the money? Then, of course, we just pray that this thing will abate, and then we can move on with our lives.
God help us. I'm going to the Punch newspaper, and Punch newspaper has this screaming headline: Federal government activates evacuation plan as Middle East crisis worsens. We're just thinking about
evacuation,
moving our people from this war zone back home. Isn't it taking long?
In fact, if it's not rather too late, I think maybe we discussed it once about the fact that the federal government should have started evacuation.
What the government said then was that there hasn't been any notice by Nigerians that their life
should Nigerians there, you take proactive steps, not until when the thing gets out of hands. Then of course, because as it is now, I don't see how, though there will be safe corridors in the war zone, but how do you, even safe corridors are not totally safe, because it means that shrapnels of bullets or whatever can hit at any time. So why wait until now? In the second week, they should have started doing something.
Okay, still related to the crisis in the Gulf region, I'm going to the front page of Vanguard newspaper. Vanguard says, after 6 months break, food inflation resumes upward climb, rises to 12.12%. This report is tracing this inflation in Nigeria back to what is happening in the Gulf region. We are talking about petrol last week, and of course diesel and domestic gas. Now it affected very many things because vessels and cargoes could not ply or not run on the Strait of Hormuz, on the international waterways. So we are feeling the heat.
I think that's expected. It's bad, but all the same, even when there was no war, anytime the price of fuel goes up, we have a distortion in the market, and even in our homes, because of course when there is a distortion in your pocket, then of course you can. That is expected. It's just a pity that we just hope that this will quickly be sorted out, and then we can get back to our lives.
I remember you mentioning in our previous productions that as long as this crisis deepens, the world will continue to feel so threatened by the escalating price of goods and services.
Yes. You can now imagine that I think I read somewhere that Emirates had cancelled their flights into Dubai. You can imagine what the loss that will be incurred by businessmen and women plying that route.
That was exactly what The Guardian is saying on its front page. It says, international travel squeeze, tickets spike by 100% as airlines cancel flights.
Now, it's a pity that this war is going the way that is affecting virtually everybody, either whether in Iran or Israel or in US or anywhere in Europe and the rest of it, because these things will happen. We are a connected world, and what happens here affects other people living in other climes. So,
well, the world is a global village, and the economy we are not talking about global economy, which connects every people living on the planet Earth.
Exactly.
Let's go to the front page of Vanguard newspaper. There's this story. It's still on what is happening in the Gulf regions. Straits of Hormuz. EU rejects Trump's demand for help. Mr. Adeyemi, before this program, we were chit-chatting, and I summarized the whole exercise, the whole episode, as it were, into the first week. Trump said, "We've won." The second week, he said, "We are winning." And this is the third week. He's calling for help. Help to do what?
I think it's just a pity. The president of the United States, POTUS, is playing in a very dangerous arena, especially with the people in Iran, Iraq, and all the rest. Because as things remain, even in our own society here, they will tell you that it is only the beginning of a fight that you know. You don't know where it's going to end. And of course, this is, now he's calling for help. And the Europeans are not ready to dabble into this thing. They see it as strictly a USA affair and US-Israeli affair.
Even back home, the US Senate has advised him to stop with the war.
Exactly.
Because they didn't back him.
He had already started the war before going to the Senate. And it's just a pity that because, of course, their constitution gives some powers to the president, enormous powers to the president in the defense of the country, their country. But as things remain, he's not definitely getting accolades in that place. Because as we are talking about hiking petrol here, they are talking about it there too. Even groceries. And when, oil and gas, we just need it, if anything happens to it. And that is where we have the resource. So if anything happens to it, everything just goes haywire. So, well, there's nothing we can do, or maybe wisdom will take over, and they will see reason and call a ceasefire.
Now NATO has refused to join. The EU leaders were rejecting his call to assist him attack or make control on the Strait of Hormuz. So what can we expect in the next couple of days? Because when he's not getting the help he's requiring, and he cannot do that, and Iran is not backing down. So
Yeah.
what should the world expect in the next couple of days?
I think what it should be, we should be looking forward to a ceasefire. But is Iran going to easily agree to a ceasefire? Because as things remain now, they may jolly well go into this thing the more. I don't say they have. They were saying that they have their defense headquarters destroyed and all the rest of it. And later on, I got an information that they have a decentralized defense network in all the regions, so that if the central headquarters is destroyed, bombarded, the regions can take over. So these are things that under normal circumstances, I guess that in the reconnaissance of the U.S., they ought to have known all that it is not just about destroying the headquarters in Tehran. There are so many other regions. And of course, what I hear is that in all their regions, they have all these missiles buried underground. So when they need it, they just go there and get it and fire it up.
Talking about ceasefire, I don't think Iran is foreclosing the need for talk, for negotiations. But I think what is baffling that country is Trump turning the war into personal aggrandizement against them. Because he said, whoever is going to emerge as the next spiritual leader of Iran must have his authority or his permission.
Yeah,
so why must you personalize what is happening in another country?
He wants to kind of influence what is going on there. I say that you are
that is talking about regime change.
The headquarters of democracy. Which kind of democracy says that you should leave your own sovereign and go meddle with other countries' sovereignty?
He did it successfully in Venezuela.
And that's true. That's true. Maybe that is what is really pushing him. You know, it's just a pity.
Let's go to some politics. The ADC is talking tough, saying they want to take on APC. They will not allow APC or other political parties to make President Tinubu the sole candidate for in the next general election. The story is on the front page of a Tribune newspaper. It's a minor report. ADC vows to resist plot to make Tinubu sole presidential candidate.
I don't know what's their own in it is that they should just go in there and it's their internal affairs. That Tinubu wants to, APC is destabilizing other parties so as to get Tinubu in the ballot as the sole contestant for that matter. It is not there. Let them also go and think up of how can we stop Tinubu from going or from winning. It is not, well, okay, what do they want us to do?
I think the information is more than that. The party ADC, as it were, maybe they have intel that some other small political parties want to adopt President Tinubu as their. They don't want to give back into President Tinubu. The likes of what we had during Abacha days, when all political parties adopted Abacha. Late Abacha before he eventually died. Late Abacha as
the Abacha thing was just a different. It's different from this one.
It's different because it's a military.
There's a military thing.
But I think the party thought other political parties want to adopt President Tinubu.
If they decide to adopt President Tinubu, all well and good. So many of them in ADC, I'm sorry to say, they left APC to go to ADC. They left PDP to go to, then and of course those parties that you left, it is the outcome of their not being loyal to their original parties. That's the outcome.
Well, we will keep watching and keep tracking the stories as it develops. And unfortunately, we cannot go beyond this. Time is not our friend. And that will be the last of the report I will review on this program. I want to thank you sincerely for finding time to be here again.
Thank you,
It's a
Femi.
pleasure speaking with you all the time.
Well, I
All
thank
right,
you
that's
too.
the program this afternoon. We'll be back tomorrow with a fresh edition. Stay blessed.